Let's begin by wishing you all a very happy new year. I hope that you had a good holiday season. The first video for this year, there's a topic that I want to discuss. Actually, two topics. You may remember a few weeks ago I did these two videos on Jaguar. It was a big hoopla, and all of a sudden it just kind of disappeared. People are not even thinking about it right now. But it actually served its purpose. Jaguar was launching a new electric car in Miami. People complained about the color. Well, pink is one of the colors of Miami. So it had a lot of media attention, which is exactly what they wanted. There's no such thing as bad press. Now, putting that aside, actually, it got me thinking I should do more videos like that because it seems that those are the kind of videos that attract more views. But anyway, let's talk about visibility. Now, what I mean by visibility is that when you're on a motorcycle and you're amongst cars and trucks, you are almost invisible. Fort9 did a video about this, how people that drive cars have something which is called pigeon vision. So if you look how a pigeon will look, the pigeon will look this way, but he sees nothing coming from this side or the other side. So there's a few things that motorcyclists will do to be more visible amongst traffic, purely for safety reasons. First, filtering through a line if there's a traffic stop. Because the last thing you want is to be stuck behind a car with another car behind you, because if somebody hits that car, that'll hit you, and then boom, you're into the next car, and depending on the speed and velocity, you will be flattened. That's the first thing. Now, there's one thing that I remember once I was out and there were people at the next table and there were a lot of motorcycles there, and some of the drivers were saying one of the things I hate about motorcycles is they're at a traffic stop or going very slow and they'll rev their engine. Well, there's actually a reason behind it. Now, if I do it, I'm not being an asshole just to annoy the people around me. I'm doing it so the other drivers around me know that I'm there. If they hear a motorcycle revving, the chances of them paying attention and looking are greater than if you don't do it and they just looking straight ahead. Now that leads to the other thing that some motorcyclists believe, which is actually a little bit of a myth. They believe that if you have a loud exhaust, it's a safety thing. Well, this has been proven to not be the case. Loud exhausts don't really garner any extra attention. But if you are stuck at a traffic light and you're filtering through and there's a car on one side or a truck and the other side the same thing, rev your engine, it'll grab their attention. Now, as I said, some people will think you're being a dick, but that's actually not the case. The idea is to be visible. There's another thing, of course, that motorcyclists will do when riding. I do this, and mostly everybody else that I know who rides does exactly the same thing. There are people, however, who don't follow this rule. And that is a very simple thing. When you're riding, scan everything around you. Don't just look forward to what's in front of you. So, there's a few things that I'm scanning for. If it's a road that I'm unfamiliar with, I'm scanning way up ahead if there's any roads that feed into it, because it just takes one person to not paying any attention and just cut right in front of you. Second, cars that are in front of you with their indicators on, planning to go left, and then make a right. Always assume, the better way to feel safe is just always assume that if their indicator is left, they're going to go right. If the indicator is right, just assume that they're going to go left. It's little things like that actually make riding a lot safer. Now, motorcycles are inherently dangerous, that's just the way they are, but they can be safer if you scan around you for everything. Here in Taiwan, the one thing you have to watch out for are, and they're very annoying, old people either walking or on bicycles. If they're on bicycles, they really have very likely that they have no idea where they're going. They're in the middle of the road, they're on the side of the road, they're in the middle of the road, and then all of a sudden they decide to cross all the way to the other side without giving any indication at all. And sometimes you'll find these old geriatric nincompoops who will just cross a road and not even look either side to oncoming traffic. So pedestrians also bear responsibility. I mean, I always find it funny when you hear, oh, this person was driving too fast and they hit somebody crossing on a green light. Well, for some reason, I remember in school that even if the light is green, you're supposed to look both ways and listen to everything that's around you. But sadly, a lot of people don't do that. And if you're on a motorcycle, just pay complete attention to everything around you. You will find riding to be a lot safer. Road rage. Now, this is something I know that happens with some people. It doesn't happen with me, because road rage is a cause of accidents. Not just for the person who the road rage is targeted towards, but also the person who is giving the road rage. Which I never quite understood, because even when I was coming to this cafe today, there were a couple of dicks on the road. And my anger stays for about 10 seconds and then I move on. The problem with staying angry is that you are more likely to become aggressive and to make a mistake. This is something I think that comes with, I'm not going to say age, because all ages do exactly the same thing, but I think it just comes with having a very zen approach to things and taking it easy. Anyway, that was just my little thought for the day and for this video. Not really exciting, but does everything have to be exciting? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, that's all we have time for now. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm interested to find out what you think of what I was talking about right now. Leave your comments in the section below. And by the way, should I talk about... No, I'm not going to talk about it. I'll save that for another video. I had a very interesting one, a very interesting idea, but I will tell you about that later. Anyway, I'll say it again. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.